Okay, this is attempt number 2. First attempt didn't go very well, as I'm not used to Twitch Studio Beta. A little bit unintuitive, but I think I've got it going now. This is my first time playing Journey, by the way. So hopefully it's as good as everybody says it is, because I've never even watched a walkthrough or a YouTuber play it. Heard good things though, supposedly. All I really know is it's in a desert. And is supposedly very thematic. Also, it's gonna take some getting used to talking to myself, especially since there's nobody here right now, and it'll probably be a while before I get any subscribers. Oh well. Good bit of game design there. There does not seem to be a way to run. Either that or I'm just dumb. Also, the sensitivity is way too high. Controls. Sensitivity. Bring it down to 2. Is that better? Yes, that's better. Pressing pause does not actually pause the game. It's a bit annoying. Let's see if I can work with me or mouse. Also, how do I get my webcam to actually show up on screen? Also, sorry to the seemingly one person who's in here. As you can see, this is my first stream ever, and Twitch Studio Beta is quite new, so there aren't really any good tutorials on how to do it, at least not that I could find. So, we're both gonna go on this wild ride together, because I've never played Journey. Let's see. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bum 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 bum. Do-do-do-do-do. Well, I'm not even sure if my Twitch Studio Beta is even recording my webcam. Let's see. Really should have taken care of this before I went live. Still, though, they really could have made this more intuitive. that doesn't help, certainly. Is the webcam even on this piece of garbage? Come on. Do. Oh well. Such is life. People make new things and expect us to beta test them. It is dumb, but oh well. Either that or my webcam burned out, which was working perfectly fine earlier, so I'm not sure why it would. So, to do. That edits the info, but how do I put the video on screen? That is the question, is it not? I'll figure it out later. We'll have a webcam some other time, I believe. Now, let's just play the game, I guess. This is my first time playing Journey, by the way. I've heard good things. Let me double check the controls. There needs to be a way to run in this game, surely. Left is to fly. There's no run. I do not understand. That is fine. If this game is anywhere near as good as it supposedly is, I'm sure they will teach me sooner or later. Either that or it's just supposed to be slow, who can say? Well, at least the jumping is automatic. I suppose my only hope is that that is not some sort of ancient kick-me sign. It is my assumption, knowing absolutely nothing about this game, that I am supposed to make my ancient kick-me sign longer. I will find out in due time, if that is correct. It does appear to be, yes. They are not following me. Oh well. No harm, no foul. Also, just out of curiosity, I believe I saw that there's at least one person watching, and I'm interested to find out if you are just listening to my voice to fall asleep, or if you're actually interested in the game, that this one is a bit of an oldie, even though I haven't played it. Am I supposed to go over there, or am I supposed to go here? Well, surely with Occam's razor, there must be something of import. Is this some sort of lore that I'm too smooth-brained to understand? Guess it is. So there's a pillar, and a guy is face-planted in front of it. That will be my assumption for the moment. Feel free to tell me how outrageously wrong I am. No spoilers, though. Spoilers are bad. If video games have taught me anything, it's that that light is a collectible, but I don't know if I'll be able to actually get it. Ah yes, flight. I had forgotten about that temporarily. Ah, the kick me sign has indeed grown longer. I wonder how long it can get. I genuinely do not know. I'm sure we'll find out by the end. I do not often 100% things, but I am a bit of an overachiever when it comes to games, so I usually get about 90% before I'm over and done with. Is there a specific order I'm supposed to do these in? I just wanted me to beep at them. So it seems... I was going to say that it seems that only some of them actually want to be my friend. Seems I'm not some all-powerful deity who can just control all the random scraps of cloth as I wish. I'm going to assume that that is a circlet on their head and not a unibrow. So the words become birds and plants. Mountain words, that is. And the people, do they, as a species, all have a unibrow like the villagers do? Or I am correct in assuming that everyone in their culture wears circlets. Is that a person or an eagle or a sphinx? I do not know. Hard to say, really. I suppose it could just be someone sitting in a, draw me like one of your French girls' position, but they're wearing the same kind of robe as me, so they look like a triangle. Kind of like you cut a hole in the top part of one side of a tent and you just stuck your head through, you know? I wonder if this was always desert or if it was once filled with water. It certainly looks like a canyon of some sort. Another collectible my eyes do spy. Off in the distance, two, in fact. is actually a cool looking mask, or it's a man being swallowed by a frog, I'm not sure. You know, I'm moderately disappointed. I come from Utah, which is a sandy state. A bit of a desert in its own way. But, you know, sand is never as soft as it looks. As a very angsty man once said, it's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere. Oh, secret behind the sand waterfall. Only it was a bit deeper, I could have called it a secret tunnel. Though I wonder, does a cave need to go somewhere in order to actually be considered a tunnel? These are the pressing questions. The real questions that need to be answered. So it doesn't want you to press and hold on the mouse button, it wishes you to stagger your mouse clicks in order to actually gain ground. One day this magical kick-me sign will be longer than the heavens. Also, does it want me to make all of these strips of fabric go away? Fabric are simply dispensaries for more strips of fabric. Either that or they're shredders, and they shred up the long strips of fabric you see and turn them into the little fluttering pieces. Also, are the strips of fabric sentient? Yet another question I very much doubt I will learn the answer to. And I know I should just enjoy the experience, mosey along at the pace that it wants to set for me, but I really do wish that there was a run button. So if you go with the wind, it'll push you slightly faster. I guess I shouldn't expect too much running prowess from such tiny little toothpick legs. These chunks kind of remind me of... Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know you could walk on strips of floatery cloth. Ah, yes, back to what I was saying. These remind me of a skeletal backbone. Like a giant stone sandworm. So the shredders make the cloth tiny, and then the cloth decides to once again be part of the whole and to become bigger cloth once more. I suppose a lot of people are like that as well. They all want to be unique, but in the end, they crave being part of a group. Of course, that is what it means to be human. We all think we are special, and yet we all crave the attention of others who we believe are less special than we. truly are an enigma. An enigma wrapped in a flaky pastry, yes. This is my headcanon. Watching all of these flutter in the breeze does indeed remind me of that episode of Family Guy where he's watching a plastic bag flutter in the breeze. You know, I wish I could paint, because I just got the feeling that I would probably be reasonably successful making a video of me imitating Bob Ross. That's just the feeling I get at this moment. But sadly, I have the artistic abilities of something inoffensive to say and yet carries the point across. I have the artistic ability of a turtle, I suppose. Nobody could possibly be offended if I don't say anything terribly dark humor. Just say the word turtle. Well, I think we have acquired all of the white power-ups. One day our scarf shall be long enough that we'll be able to fly forever. For some reason that kind of reminds me of, Eastern dragons, like dragons from China and Japan, with their long, snake-like bodies. Personally, I've always been more of a fan of European dragons. I think they look much cooler. But, they've all got their ups and downs. I'm reading a lot of manga, manhwa, and manhwa lately. And if you don't know the difference, good for you. You're not a total weeb. Heck, even among total weebs, there are probably very few people who would understand what I'm talking about unless they actually read Japanese, Chinese, and Korean manga. Their masks, at least that one's mask, reminds me of the face of a bird's beak. The eyes were the nose holes. Bizarre idea. Aqueducts that do not carry water, but instead carry cloth. Oh, so very fancy, yes. Yeah, it now makes a bit more sense. I do believe they are going for sort of a Falcon vibe with these things. For some reason it wants me to look mildly sideways at the wall instead of directly from behind. One day we shall make it to that mountain. I do not know if it is today, as I will likely only be streaming for about another hour or two. But one day. If you press and hold, then you don't just yip, you yap instead. Well, aren't you a cutie? It does give me decidedly stingray-esque vibes. Somewhere between a stingray and a dog, perhaps? Is the stingray doggo leading me somewhere? It wishes me to revive its people. At least I'm assuming that this one will also create another stingray doggo. It's an entire herd of stingray doggos. It's giving me a ride. Kinda like when you're in the water and you can hold onto the back of a dolphin, I suppose. Never actually done that. To be honest, I'm mildly afraid of dolphins. Most people think that they are very cute animals, and I will admit they do look quite friendly, until you realize that they are huge perverts. I do not trust them. So there were people, and the crops and the birds were in abundance. That's what I gather. Yes, give me your power. I am the cloth equivalent of a Disney princess. I guess they must be in range in order for my beautiful singing to work. I spy, with my little eye, another upgrade. I suppose that's what life is all about, really. We're all constantly attempting to improve our situations in life and gain all of the upgrades. I suppose the meaning of life is to improve your situation by the end. If you fail to do so, you will have felt that you failed at life. But we also must learn to be satisfied with life, even if we don't accomplish all the things we want to. Because in the end, all that really matters is that you had a good time, you accomplished what you felt you had to. At least in my opinion. my stingray doggos go? Would you come help me fly? No. I was thinking we would be making more bridges, but it seems we shall instead be climbing. Oh no, the stingray doggos are trapped. I must free them. Worry not, stingray doggo. So the question is, did the ancient peoples of these lands intentionally trap those poor innocent stingray doggos there? Or was it some sort of accident? You know, sand generally isn't too good for machinery, so I'm actually a bit impressed. This stuff is still moving. Yes, yes, stingray doggos. I am here to help. Come to life and save the stingray doggos, bird person. If that aggravates my OCD, then he should have sat in the center of the light. See, it's a bird mask. Totally a bird mask. Perhaps the cloth is not cloth at all, it is the scraps of the universe. It is the fundamental building blocks of all life, it seems. They used the power of the cloth aqueducts to build a mighty civilization. Exactly what I wanted. All of the stingray doggos are now free. Are you a friendly stingray doggo? And here we see the stingray doggos flying south for the winter. Now here is the speed that I craved. The lack of run button. Oh yeah, little flips. Face full of sand. Yes, you're right. thought I was in a cutscene earlier. You know, when I first saw that, I thought it was a falling star, but it does appear to be sentient. Yes, yes, worry not, little ones, I'm coming. You know, you can't tell me that these stingray cloth doggos are not incredibly adorable. Don't get yourself trapped again now. I do enjoy that sunlight effect here. A harsh contrast between the shadow and the light. I have failed. Excellent. Slowly but surely, I am getting the hang of this. New nuggets of lore. Nuggets of yore, indeed. And the people lived. They lived in their giant cities in the sand. Well, one would presume that if someone built a city, it would be because they wished to live in it. Very few cities are built just for show. They almost always have a purpose. It's like making a cake that will never get eaten. It's just nonsensical. Yes, I want to... No. I missed out. I missed a white piece. I am the sadness. And there is no way back up. Very warm colors. I like it. sentient twinkly has once again made itself known. Not gonna lie, bringing a sled here in real life would be totally sick. Can you just imagine sliding down these massively long stretches of sand? Oh, this would make my stomach drop out from underneath itself, though. And then you die. You know, because we can't fly. If there was any combat in this game, I would assume that this would be a boss battle arena. What makes you sad, bird person? Cloth began to disintegrate, plunging the world that they had built into darkness. Greed was their downfall. War over resources. Death and destruction. In the future, when World War III does occur, it will be because of resource insufficiencies. I very much doubt that we'll get to the point where we can mine resources from the asteroid belt or other planets before we run out of them here on Earth. Lack the technology to do so. I suppose our only hope is that we survive until the war is over and the technology is good enough for us to continue on. I do know one thing for sure. If I am drafted into a war of some kind, I'm going to leverage my gaming abilities. Try and become a drone operator, or I don't know. Maybe I'll work in HR or something. Anything but getting sweaty and dirty on the front lines. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more parallels there are to being underwater. All of this stuff, it reminds me of seaweed and fishes. Jellyfish, see? I knew it. Guess I'll cross my fingers that we aren't about to activate some sort of ancient evil. Yes, this chamber is not ominous at all. Yes, my chirping little sting. How dare you eat stingray doggo? Although I guess stingrays get eaten in the ocean by sharks and such all the time. But I was growing attached to those stingray doggos. Like when you see cute little turtles in the ocean, and you're like, how dare those seagulls try and eat those baby turtles? Oh. I have no way to fight back. You're not allowed to munch on me. Okay, that is threatening indeed. So those are the stones that I was releasing the shreds of paper and stingrays from. Shreds of cloth, rather. No. You're not going to eat me. Oh, there's an invisible wall there. How dare you? Oh, that's a bit janky. Now that guy's definitely gonna wake up. Friend or foe? I need to think of a name for these boyos. Would think there was some shark repellent force fields here. Kinda getting some Invader Zim vibes. The little red ones are ruled by the tallest. And as their society crumbled, and they all, with their city, or buried in sand. Perhaps I am the last of my kind. Well, at least the Sharky boys are probably not going to threaten me again in the near future. I sense many loop-de-loops in our future, as those look like extendable bridges. One way or another we will get out of this pit and up to the top of that mountain. I spy with my little eye more lore. Come, little cloth fishies, let us learn what happened to our fallen people, or why we have been brought back to life. Perhaps we are the chosen one, destined to bring balance to the Force. Can you help me, jellyfishy boys? Thank you. You're made of cloth and not stone, so I'm going to assume you're a good boy. Even though you look like a hammerhead shark. Yes. Yes. Now we must find where to go next. What can we do with Hammerhead Shark Boy? Oh, thank you, Hammerhead Shark Boy. You are much nicer than your real-life counterpart, that's for sure. had the distinctly lazy thought that I wished that all of the sidewalks could move us and hover us like that. What if you could fly, but it took twice as much energy as running around? Then flying would be one of the least lazy ways that you could go about doing your business. Seriously, do you have some aversion to sitting in the middle of the light? Why must you hurt me so? Oh no, the tall boy has gotten even bigger. Yes, that me. Yep, the Silk Road and the jellyfish doggos. No, stingray doggos. And the jellyfish lanterns. And the sharky boys. And now it is time to ascend. You know, it truly is a sign of extravagance when you have unnecessarily large doors. I once visited a mansion that was under construction. Legally, of course. And their front door was a massive circular hobbit door. It was like 20 feet tall. What do you even need a door that big for? Although it was a mansion, so I guess they were going to buy some very large furniture and they wanted to make it easier on themselves. Sand for snow. I like it. I've always been a fan of snowy biomes. Oh no, jellyfish doggo. Wake up. Oh no. The jellyfish doggo died and became seaweed. Don't tell me that all seaweed in this game is just dead jellyfish doggos. I mean, circle of light and all that, but that's just kind of sad, you know. Leave jellyfish doggo alone. Actually did something I was half expecting it to not. What am I supposed to do? Do these control the direction of the winds? must be something I'm missing here. I guess it's just an issue of timing. So we've got to hurry between windshields. Windbreaks? Never been a fan of wind. I've always had a very high resistance to cold. I can wear t-shirts and shorts in the middle of winter. And in the mountainous Utah where it can get down to negative 15 degrees, that's saying something. If I didn't know any better, I'd half suspect I was Canadian. Wind chill. Now, wind chill can cut through my defenses. I've got very little resistance to wind chill. Mustn't get greedy with this, otherwise I have a feeling that this is a trap designed specifically to set you back if you decide to run between those two. Patience. Patience is the virtue. That's what I've always been told. That and that everything is the coolest thing since sliced bread, but I've never really understood what's so good about sliced bread. Sure, a bit of buttered toast on occasion would be quite delicious. But wouldn't you just slice your own toast? Why is pre-sliced toast all that big of a development? Like, how boring do your lives have to be like, oh, I can't believe it, they've invented toast that is already sliced before I buy it. This is the greatest thing ever. What are you? Oh, doggo. Yes, hello, friend. Just stick with me. Stick with me, Stingray Doggo. I'll keep you going. No, you leave Stingray Doggo alone. Stingray Doggo, keep up. Come on, Stingray Doggo. Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind. Unless it's scripted for you to get left behind. I'm sorry, Stingray Doggo. It seems that you're not willing to follow me. I've always thought that the moon was very pretty. Full moons especially. Although the one thing that this set piece is missing is trees. A winter set piece is never quite complete without trees. So I suppose it's a good thing that they almost always have trees. My secret senses were tingling. tingling. So their war machines kept on fighting, although they were still piloting them at that point. War never changes. Leap of faith, eh? I bet in real life if you jumped on a strip of frozen cloth, it would just snap. Which would be kind of funny if you didn't risk falling to your death. Uh-oh. Sharky boy is on the prowl. Stingray, doggos alone. Gosh darn it. Yes. Is it just me, or is my scarf shirt shorter than before? Better not have eaten some of my scarf. Now, I've always been curious what it would be like to be in wind so strong that you need to actually struggle to move forward. It very rarely gets windy out here. At least, like, you know, windy. We get breezes. Only about 2 or 3 times a year, I'd say, do we actually get windy. Don't you nibble my bum, you stay away. I've had enough of you, shark boy. See, if I had a run button, I might have gotten greedy there. Uh-oh. Kinda getting Horizon Zero Dawn vibes, not gonna lie. Now leave me alone. is aggravating. Pretty soon I won't be able to fly at all. Are we finally done with this area? Yes, hello, stingray doggos. It is indeed a hindrance to have those stupid shark boils steal so much of my precious cloth. I wonder how I keep my balance with these tiny little toothpick legs. Very little surface area, so I'm surprised I didn't just fall waist deep into the sand. Thank goodness for guardrails, eh? Like they knew that building on top of a very windy mountain was a bad idea. Guardrails here. Winter thunder. Oh no, not another one of you boils, and there's no place to hide. Last of my scarf. Well, now I'm a little less sad about losing it to those sharky boys if I was going to lose it anyway. And since I don't have any scarf, that also means I don't have any HP bar left. So if I got eaten by a sharky boy, would I die? If you die in real life, do you die in the game? Really, it depends on where you are in the game, but in general, no, the game just stops. We are making progress, though. The crack mountain is indeed getting closer. Oh, nope, I'm gonna freeze to death. Told you, man, that wind chill. It just cuts right through you. Suppose freezing to death wouldn't be the worst. Better than death by fire or acid, at least. Freezing to death, you just sort of become uncomfortable for a while, and then it gets surprisingly comfortable, and then you fall asleep. There are worse deaths, to be sure. Save me, stingray doggos. I'm not sure if the stingray doggos could handle it. Save me, hammerhead shark boy. Hammerhead boyos, just like I requested. Oh, don't have unlimited fly up here. Swoosh. Thank you, cloth fishies. More, please. Thank you. Heck, I may very well just beat this game tonight, it seems. Ah, another slidey portion. Thought I was trying to go up, though. Oh, thank you. Stingray doggos are always so nice to me. Up, you say? Well, I did just mention these are to Tony gates, if I remember correctly. Is this the end? My scarf is gone, so I'm assuming... Now I must find out what my purpose is. What have they guided me here to find or do? What is the significance of the cracked Twin Peak mountain? Very cinematic. So we've reached the end of our journey. What was the destination? The orchestral soundtrack is beautiful, by the way. But what is it, the peaks of the mountains? What is the point? What is the purpose? Why am I here? Wow. I'm gonna be honest. When I started this stream tonight, I was not expecting to finish Journey in a single sitting. This game is much shorter than I thought it would be. Of course, I'm not sure what I was expecting, really. I didn't really know much about Journey going into this. I'd heard about it, of course. I'd seen a few clips here and there over the years. But now that I look back on it, we did go quite a long way, didn't we? released the stingray doggos from captivity. We awoke the vicious stone sharks from their depths. We befriended the hammerhead. We climbed the snowy mountain. In the end, I guess it wasn't about the destination. As the name suggests, it was about the journey. Am I just imagining things, or did they once say that they were going to make a Journey 2? I'm not really sure what they could possibly do in a sequel, so I doubt it. So did I become the light? Whatever happened to poor old little me? Just sent me up to the top of the mountain to die? Was there something I was supposed to achieve up there? I suppose I'll never know. And to be honest, it was a pretty game, but I'm not too satisfied with the ending. And there's more than just me. Two others. Well, as far as my first ever stream goes, I think that went rather well. Next time, perhaps a game with more action. But, you know, it's good to sit back and relax every once in a while. Life can't be action all the time. Sometimes you just need to sit and relax. That's why meditation was invented, I suppose. Sometimes you just don't want all the action. So did I become the light, and am I being reborn to do the journey all over again? Is that what's going on here? So the destination is pointless because the journey is a circuitous route. Who knows how many times we've climbed to the top of the mountain, become light, and gone straight back to the beginning to do it all over again. We are one journey among many. That does not mean we cannot appreciate the journey while we are on it. But regardless, that was Journey. To any watching, I hope you enjoyed the ride. Thank you for joining me, and have a lovely rest of your evening.